Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Kazimi, the Love Doctor. Here on this channel, we'll discuss and work through matters of the heart. And while having our experiences here, we'll develop a deeper understanding of who we really are. The truth of love being revealed to us, reclaiming the pieces of ourselves that have been separated, divided, repressed, cut off, shut down. Come along as we raise our consciousness and our awareness of love and the power of it.
Okay, welcome, beautiful, loving hearts. Welcome to today's reading. Alright, so I want to start with speaking about the last reading. Intuitively, I was prompted to I guess I want to say stop the reading. And I understand why after the fact, because it was like certain cards had fell on the floor and there was other things going on and so on. And it was like, some of them were face down, some face up. It was just some things going on. And what I realized after the fact was kind of why all of that happened, why I was prompted to not go further in the reading, because it was going to make sense later. So, the cool thing was what did come out, in front of me, it speaks to now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to reading on this, but I do want to discuss the energy that we're working with right now. Like, this is there's a certain level of intensity. I feel like emotions high, whether good or perceived as bad or whatever. It's like this is an emotionally expressive and energetically felt period of time. There's some things going on with Pluto. I believe Pluto went retrograde on May 2nd, I believe. I'm not for certain, but yeah. And so, we're working with and through, we have another eclipse coming up, and it's just, we're just, dealing with these, planetary cycles and, how it affects us, in our chart, and, what we feel energetically as we're moving through this thing. It just helps to have some insight on what's happening as it's happening, so we don't, kind of get overwhelmed with it to the point where it's like, why are these things happening? Or even just to know how to navigate through it, and to me, that's what I appreciate, with knowing, those particular aspects, that it helps me navigate. It's like, oh, okay, I know how to work with this, or I know how to move through this, or, let me look into this to see, what this means, or why this is happening, and so on. So, it just helps not to be, just kind of going through this blind. All right. Let's see where we're at. Well, yeah, let's see where we're at, because we got some things coming through from our other our counterpart as well. feel like I mostly spoke about us the last reading, and there were some cards that came out for them as well. So let's speak to that. Okay. So for them, I'm seeing returning to one's roots in reverse. Letting go of the past, focusing on the future, maturity, growing up, leaving home. And so that speaks to let's see, children, childhood memories, past influences, nostalgia, reunions, playfulness, youthfulness, innocence, creativity, kindness, goodwill, simplicity, childishness, sharing, gifts, clarity, family, support. All right, so this is one of the cards that came out in the last reading. Also for them, I see fulfillment in reverse, which speaks to wishes coming true, realizing dreams, happiness, cheerfulness, joy, fulfillment, positivity, optimism, satisfaction, success, abundance, prosperity, achievements, rewards, confidence, high self-esteem, triumph. Yeah. All right, for us. Oh, wait. Is that it for them so far? Yeah. All right, so for us, I'm seeing intuition, Page of Cups, love, comfort, kindness, intuition, a good idea, a sensitive, thoughtful, introverted, cooperative, quiet, dreamy, imaginative, psychic, emotional, this is someone who's interested in learning about emotional issues. So that could speak to, how people operate and how and why, and, having all of these qualities and these gifts, and, knowing how to properly navigate in this space with those, with those traits. I'm also seeing haste upright, Knight of Swords. Big changes, opportunities, seize the moment, jump in, arrival, departure, assertive, direct, honest, quick wit, warns against impulsive or rash behavior, a strong, assertive, and decisive person, one who gets what he or she wants. Knight of Swords. Again, these are cards that were pulled the last time, so I'm just getting to them because, for whatever reason, I was prompted to pause, and so here we are. I'm also seeing budgeting, holding on to people. Okay, I'm seeing holding on to people, possessions, issues, deep-seated past issues, hoarding, stinginess, control, possessiveness, financial stability, financial security, saving for big purchases, or retirement, greed, materialism, wealth. So that could speak to us, or that could speak to energy around us. People around us may carry some of that energy, and we're probably in the process of like budgeting, or we're not really interested in, spending, and there could be people around trying to show off, or they could be just materialistic. I feel like for us, we probably want to look good and things of that nature, but I don't feel as though this is speaking to us. I feel like it's more speaking to what could be around us, and the importance of budgeting and saving, and not really getting caught up in like material things, or it's more about experiences, and with experiences, some experiences do cost, and some are free, or next to free. So I feel it's more about experiences than it is about splurging and trying to appear a certain way right now. All right, so I'm also seeing there's some tension going on, like some perceived conflict. Yeah, there's I'm seeing moving on in reverse and moving on for us upright, and so there are some things that we're still need to move away from, or move on from, or be assertive and address, speaking our truth, not allowing people to just mistreat or disrespect, or whatever insecurities or instabilities that other people may have, to not allow them to project that toward us, or to receive that energy. And that's important in moving forward. Just to be aware of like what's happening and why, and what's the lesson to be learned. Okay. All right, so we got that. What else we got going on here? Yeah, for some, you could be like suffering in silence right now. So maybe like dealing with certain, energy or situation, and not really knowing how to address it currently. Not really knowing how to go about it. And for me, I would just say to just remove yourself from the energy if you can, if it's possible, and to just assess the situation. You don't have to, there's no need to respond or to answer back, or to have an exchange if you're not ready, because you want to make sure that your communication is clear, and that the objective in the communication is to have clear communication, to express where you are and how you feel, so that it can be received. And so sometimes we may need to assess our feelings, step back, see where we are, do some inventory, some personal inventory, and then, just go from there. But like, there's no need there's no need to act or on certain things if it just doesn't feel right. That's all. There's no rush. Wow. Okay, so all right, so All right. There could be some like emotional loss going on here too. And that could be tied to the suffering in silence, and this could maybe be for us or for someone around us or in our energy that could be experiencing some sort of emotional loss. I want you to know that these events that are taking place are leading to something positive. So if it looks unclear or uncertain as far as like why is this happening the way that it is, it's leading to this particular situation is leading to a positive outcome. But it's, I didn't know how the energies were going to present themselves with it being Mercury retrograde, and sometimes it's like certain energy will come out in the reading, and I think that's why I was, why it was meant for me to pause and come back to it, because there were things that needed to be addressed or seen or experienced that had to happen so that we could move forward. So it's like we need to know, solar plexus, we need to know that we can do this, that we have this, and the best way for us to know it is to kind of like experience it and do it. And then once we know that we can, it now becomes like, this is for things to become like such second nature, or like muscle memory, like just a part of who you are and what you do. So some of the readings that some of the readings that I've done as of late, especially during this retrograde period, Mercury, is speaking more to just like, overcoming particular energies and working with certain entities so that certain things can be revealed to come out and be processed, so they can vibrate up and out of your reality. So that's what this is about here. And there's definitely some energy that needs to be like removed. There's definitely energies that shouldn't be present. And as we're working through that, depending on how and when we handle the situations, will reveal what's next and what will be open to us, moving forward. So it's kind of like, let's, speak on it and then come back to it. And, it's like very seldom do I listen back to these readings, because I just don't really have the time to. But the times that I have or that I do, when I go back and listen to things, I'm like, wow. Or I had no idea that I, said those things, and then they revealed themselves, sometimes in my reality, sometimes not. But just the information, even if it's not specific, it still can apply in some ways. So it's kind of like, what resonates, what doesn't, if it don't apply, let it fly. It's just like, but I feel like I try to incorporate the reading and then also like touch on things that could be just beneficial to just our experience overall, as spiritual beings. So, I just wanted to just add that as well. So our other is currently, currently dealing with like issues of codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Addictions could be people, places, or things. That's something that they're gonna have to, work with. Because where we're going, this is about being purified. This is purification happening here. And it's not just about, it's not just about, a it's not just about a 3D experience. This is about, those of us, excuse me, those of us who are ready to, vibrate out of 3D and move into a 4D experience and have more 4D experiences that will lead to more 5D experiences. But to be in 4D, or to be around people, to be around other beings that vibrate at a higher level vibrationally, it causes things to manifest quicker. There is no lag time in higher dimensions. So it's like, we have to get our thoughts, and our feelings, to have, excuse me, to have heart and mind coherent so that we can, navigate in the higher realms, more efficiently, so we don't cause like havoc or chaos or, what can be perceived as negativity into our experience. So we want to continue to work on, positive thoughts and feelings. And, I know if you're listening to this channel, you've been doing the work for some time in regards to that. And so we can always be better, right? We can always be sharper. We can always be better, get better, do better, be better. So it's like, as we do that, it'll come a time where, these old thoughts and feelings and ideas and behaviors will be a thing of the past, where we won't even know that was even present. That's how far removed we'll be from all of this primitive, low level, low vibrational, behaviors and thoughts and ideas. Like, it's unfortunate, for those that are stuck there, but we're moving forward, and we're continuing to evolve as a collective, as a collective, let's just say energy, because I think I used the word like species and something else before. It's like I don't even want to use those words. As a collective energy, we're evolving and moving more into the higher states of consciousness and awareness with love. So all of those outdated, low vibrational, not leading to anywhere, dead end type of, it leaves people in, states of chaos and confusion within themselves, only to want to, appear that they have things together when in fact they really don't. And that's unfortunate, because, those of us that are actually doing work or doing the real work don't see the world that way. And, it's just, in a way it's sad, but, that's all a part of evolution. Yeah, so right now, just continue to, slow down. Well, yeah, continue to just let things flow, right? Just allow things to happen, allow what is to be, and, be more of an observer, but then also if there's, time when you need to take action, take action. I'm seeing rest and rejuvenate for our others. So this is a time for them to rest, to rejuvenate, and that's to center their mind, to center their heart, because there's things that they're manifesting, or that they wish to manifest, or that they want to have happen to come to fruition. And in order for them to do that, they're healing, and they're healing more as they heal, the reality shifts and changes to, you know, to in their favor. You know, it's like things are happening in their favor, and it's like reassuring, and it's confirmation, and it's allowing them to be in a place to be self-assured and, you know, possess a certain, not just confidence, but a certain level of confidence that is boosting their overall just energy and their flow. And, you know, though there will be and are challenging times, you know, things will, you know, ebb and flow, up and down. You know, that's this current experience that we have, and how it presents itself and how we navigate through it. But it's all for, you know, a much, you know, greater, it's all for when, you know, I like to always use use an aperture in sharing, you know, this. If your aperture is small, it's very closed, you know, you're only seeing, you know, a very limited, you know, area. And as or if you allow your aperture to expand, to open, you see more, you know more, and the scope and the view in which you see things will change. You know, this is about consciousness. This is about awareness. And there's people that feel as though that they know things, but are very unaware and very unconscious. And it's like, that's scary, because there's certain people in certain positions and in certain, you know, areas that can, you know, that may perceive to be a position of power, or, you know, they're perceived to have a certain level of understanding, and it's only, you know, a level that is, you know, it's limited. It's very limited, closed, you know, it's like, it's very, it's, you know, it's a shame. So it's like, man, it's, yeah, okay. I'm gonna go on to the next. I'm gonna keep moving on, because, you know, in order for us to blossom, you know, to move forward, it's like, sure, we'll face certain adversity and certain challenges, and we won't always see eye to eye, because people have been, you know, programmed to not think and to not feel, and sometimes they're afraid to think and to feel on their own, and so they have to be given, you know, what makes sense, or what they feel comfortable with, or what feels safe for them or to them, because, you know, to go within, you know, to go to the depths of who you are, to do shadow work, to, you know, not just go around speaking about love and light, or, you know, pretending to be a happy and joyous and loving person, but to actually live it, you know, that takes work. That takes, you know, a certain particular type of, you know, mind, and a particular type of heart to, you know, to take on such a feat. And not only that, when the majority of, you know, people don't think and feel that way, you know, it's like for a number of reasons. So it's like, it's a lonely road. It's a lonely road, but it's a fulfilling, you know, validating, you know, without external validation. It's like, it's a very, you know, not egoic, humbling experience. So it's like, when you're not living for the outside, and you're living from the inside out and not the outside in, whew, man, what an experience. Because, you know, those things aren't real, and they're fleeting, and they don't sustain, and they, you know, in most cases I realize people don't even believe this foolishness that even comes out of their mouth. They really don't, and it shows in how they move, and how they behave, and how they feel ultimately inside about themselves. And that's sad, but, you know, such is life. So then we have, joy and stability in reverse, which is positive. That's really good that, our other is in a place of, feeling joy and stability, and with that will only increase, and it's through their work, it's through their experiences that they're coming to this place of realization and understanding and confirmation and, just understanding and knowing the truth with truth. So they're manifesting right now. Tell the universe exactly what you want. And that's what they're doing. Not only are they saying it, because it's not just about saying it and thinking, like saying it and thinking it, or you have to feel the feeling of what will be. You have to, create it, feel it, know it, see it, breathe it before it even happens to manifest it. And it's like the same energy that people are so good at bringing all that negative stuff towards them, and then, wonder how they end up in situations. It's like you created it. We create our own reality. It's like, man, if people only knew how true that is. And it's like the same energy that it takes to be negative and to think negative thoughts and to be resentful or to just be mean-spirited. It takes just as much energy to be positive and to think, uplifting thoughts, to be optimistic, to show and be loved. Like it takes just as much work to do that. So it's like we get to choose, what do we want to be? How do we want to feel? What do we want to create in our life for ourselves? And don't allow others to project their thoughts and feelings onto you when you know the truth. And not only know it, but it, reverberates through, it echoes through your experience in every way, in every facet. So it's like, just know who you are, live your truth, and just leave the rest behind, because it doesn't even matter or even exist. It's just here to show you and remind you who you are. That's all. So simply love, simply be love. People have different perceptions of what like love is and so on and so on, but I'm gonna speak about unconditional love, which is the only love, which is, not a word, but and not a feeling, but it's a spiritual state. Love, unconditional love is a spiritual state. It's not a feeling or an emotion, so it's like, I guess it's very difficult to like explain certain things, to some people who aren't on the spiritual path. So don't even try to like explain, some may never get it. Some might see and, learn and grow through interacting or being around you. And, some people, get, their vibration gets raised by just being around you. So, just continue to move from a heart space, allow your heart to guide you. And I don't even know. Just be you and continue to be you. And that's all. I'm seeing shine in reverse. So our other is, allowing their light to shine. They've come a long way, from the earlier readings that I've done and things that I was saying that, I suggested that we should do. It led us to now, and now the now is so much, we're moving along. It's so much better than the then. So it's like, let's be in the now and let's keep elevating. Like, this is a beautiful ride. Some may be feeling lonely. Are some of us feeling lonely? Yeah. It's like, the path that you have to take. And it can be a lonely road. I think I said that earlier, right? It can be lonely. It really can. It will be. It will be lonely. And that's okay, because we need to, be with ourselves and know ourselves and, work with ourselves. And, being alone isn't a bad thing. Being alone is actually very positive. If you can be alone, and, the thing is can you be alone with yourself, with your thoughts and your feelings, and just, and not, and be okay with that. To not have things swirling around in your head and, being uncontrolled and, just out of control internally, but, appearing on the outside to have it together. Like, that's what quality of life is that? A very poor one. And, we want to be, mentally sound, spiritually sound, just like the mindless chatter of others. You just have to let that just, not even be a part of your, like, there's really nothing to talk about. They are where they are, and, most will be where they will be. All right, so if you have a pet, or if you're looking to get a pet, I don't, I'm seeing, getting a new pet, or, giving a current pet more love. So, for whoever that may apply to, that comes out from time to time. Because, sometimes Simply Love came out. Sometimes just having an animal companion. Animals are, man, they can present the best experiences. I know they have for me. Like, animals can provide the best experiences. Don't be careful right now of being, because some people around are like overwhelmed with their own personal emotions, and triggers and so on. And that can be dangerous at times, because, you don't know the motivations or the intentions of others sometimes. And if you're seeing or feeling or picking up on certain red flags, like, pay attention. You don't always have to wait for things to be completely revealed. I know for me, I can be a little bit more patient and, show more tolerance, but, my heart is so, it's important for it to be clear for me to, let go or move on. Now, it's not that I'll stay too long, or that I, like, when I'm done, I'm done. I don't linger and hang around, but it's like, I allow, people the time and the space to be. And when I realize, if I see that, we can't be in the same space, or we don't, feel the same ways, or we don't have the same, outlook on life, and we're not behaving if things aren't matching up, because, people have representatives that they, want to present, as themselves. And then, you see behind the curtain, or you start to see certain things slip out or show because their mask is falling off. It's like, oh, there you are. Okay, I'm out. Yeah, because I don't have time for that. That's just me. Like, I don't, Like, you can pretend all day. The moment that I see who you are, you show me, because you could be like, oh, you did this, or you da-da-da-da. And they're like, no, it's not that. And it's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. They can't even be honest with themselves. So why would we ever think that they could or would be even honest with us? Okay. All right. I'm also seeing, that's it. You can be in the honeymoon phase with people, right? And only through time, of a person showing you who they are over time, does it reinforce the relationship? Does it, is it aligned with my values? Is this person an asset or bring value? Or, it's like, is there support? Can I rely on? How are they speaking and talking of others? And, how do they speak and how do they think and speak of themselves? It's like, these are all things that will be revealed. And it's like, sometimes it takes a while for people to mask, to slip off. And it takes time of being around them, not just, speaking to them here and there or whatever, to assess the situation. And, some people aren't just throwaways. It's like, some people do, they say that you can learn something, even you can learn from a fool. And that's a fact. It's like, sometimes observing, and seeing how someone moves and what they do, you can see exactly what you don't want, or what you don't allow or accept anymore, or where you are now, and just be thankful and grateful. And that can be humbling in itself. Seeing someone else struggle or be conflicted or unsure of themselves, or having to a number of things. Yeah, the codependent thing is not just the reverse. It's also happening around us too, because I'm seeing that it's dark without you. It's like people are depending on you, depending on us, to provide a certain level of comfort to their experience, and if you're not present, then they suffer. It's like they're not doing the internal work. They're seeking outside validation, which could be you at this time. So to work with that, so that we mirror, energy that is helpful to our other as well. Yeah, because they know that you really shouldn't be around them, that they really shouldn't and wouldn't be around someone like you. And I don't know, it could be karmic in nature, but who's the lesson for? Who's learning here? I think both. When you realize that the experiences that you have are karmic in nature, that you don't just meet people coincidentally and all of that stuff. Like, there's so many things that just people can be lost, by just assuming. And what I realize, people that are telling themselves certain things, is that they know who they were, they know who they are, and they can't even face or deal with themselves. And that's why it's safer for them to believe the lies of the world than accept the truth of what is. So, it's sad, but it's real and it's true. It is what it is. They say the truth hurts. And they have to live with that truth internally. And that's why they hurt. It's exhausting going around pretending to be something that you're not, or to pretend that you feel ways that you don't. Like, that's exhausting. It's exhausting. I couldn't even imagine. Man, what a sad, poor existence. And it's, I'm not saying it I'm saying it in a way where it's just, so many people suffer. And when people suffer, they want to see other people suffer too, because they suffer, or they see it or know or feel that you're not suffering. It's like, it's sad. Life without you is hopeless and dark and depressing. I miss your light. No, no, that's not good. We've got to deal with codependent, energy and relationships. And it's time to set things straight, to set the record straight, to be assertive, to speak your truth. It's important. In moving forward, because of where you're going, you know, because of the future experiences that you'll have, the rooms that you'll be in, you know, the people that you'll meet, you know, this is all for the then and not the now. And we're moving quicker through this, so it's like limited, you know, we got to get this right, but we will get this right because all of this has already happened already, which I don't even want to get into all of that, but this has already happened already. So it's like we're just, you know, living it out, or, you know, it's playing out, you know, our senses, you know, are allowing us to, you know, allowing us to move through these things. And if we're aware enough and conscious enough to, you know, I personally have put myself and have been involved in certain situations that didn't make sense at all, that probably made me look absolutely crazy. And it was okay because I knew, you know, the greater purpose and reasoning behind what I was doing. And this isn't anything current. This is like, you know, in my past life, not my past lives or past lives, but my current past life, my life that I call my past life, because that is no longer the life that I live in my current life. You know, people, places, and things. But yeah, you know, there were things that went on, and it's like, you know, I can't be worried about that. I understand what's going on here, and if people don't, hey, that ain't my business. Okay. Somebody was hurt by us, hurt by you. They hurt. They were hurt. This is not deceptive energy. This is sincerely, this is a lost soul. This is a lost soul. Wow, you got your work cut out for you. We have our work cut out for us. I say that because, yeah, this is a lost soul. This is a soul that God would like to retrieve back, and you've been given the opportunity to get them to see the light. And when I say the light means so much more than just than just brightness. That's not the light that I speak of. All right, something happened. I'm picking up on a lot of information. Speaking of past life, this something happened. Wow. Okay. I might have to end this reading now again. And there's a few reasons why. One, information is coming through, and some of it doesn't apply to what I'm speaking of here as far as reading, and I don't want to blur the reading with, you know, other things that are coming through that I need to work with, and you know, as well. So yeah, because when I receive like waves of consciousness, it just comes in. And so I'm going to do the soul truths card that just came out. Thank you. And then I'm going to get to what's next. Okay. How can I surrender even more in this moment? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire. But it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but you know is coming. Wow. Today's soul action. Know this so deeply that your soul vibrates. This is in all caps. You are not alone. Your life has purpose. And the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. Today's mantra: I surrender. I accept all that I cannot change. I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust the process. When I tell you, I'm so overwhelmed with energy right now as whatever is coming in and then how that just closed. Life is enchanted and magical and so rewarding and so amazing. It's like we ourselves, each of us, create the reality, the illusion that we choose to see. It's all an illusion. None of this is real. None of it's real. You can't cling on to or hang on to any of it, but you can ride the wave. You can have the experience. The experience of your choosing. So I would just suggest to choose wisely. I do. I do. And I will. So with all that being said, loving hearts, remember, always stay open.
If you enjoyed your time here with us, let's make this thing official. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. You can also find me on Instagram at True Healing Love Doctor, as well as TrueHealingLoveDoctor.com, where you can find all of our products and services. Until next time, stay open, loving hearts. More will be revealed later.